Thank you. I also think you're going to see more in this regard, just in terms of the DEI and what these universities do, not in Florida, because we don't allow, but when the Supreme Court rules on the racial preferences. I mean, you have a situation like you're Asian American, you get a 1580 on your SAT and perfect grades, and like you have no chance to get into like MIT or Harvard almost, because it's just like they're messing with it. Because of their ethnic background. And so I think the Supreme Court's going to recognize that that's not okay, that's not equal treatment under law, and I think that they're going to nix that. But I think what the universities are going to do is they are going to go and kind of in a more opaque way try to do a bunch of different things to produce and engineer the same results. And I think these DEI concepts are going to be very key into how they're able to justify what they're ending up doing. Again, in Florida, that's not the way it's going to roll here. We have colorblind admissions as it is, but I do think there's going to be kind of the next step will be when that decision comes down, probably sometime this spring. They are going to do, and they're already seeing some of them do it by saying they're not going to do standardized testing. I mean, just imagine no standardized test to go to medical school. Wouldn't you want to know if your doctor didn't need to do a standardized test? I mean, do we want the best, or do we want to just try to follow and do some type of political ideology? So I think underlying a lot of this, which I mean, it's bad to divvy people up based on external characteristics, but it really is an attack on merit. It's an attack on achievement. And it's trying to delegitimize those, which really should be at the focal point of these universities. I mean, we want people to shoot for the stars. We want people to achieve the best that they can with their God-given talent. But you will be measured, and you gotta produce. So that's what we're going to be doing in Florida. I think this legislative session is going to be really, really positive for what we're doing in this regard, as well as what's going on with some of the changes we're seeing in some of our state universities like New College. I mean, I think the fact that you have 680 students, I guarantee you there's a lot of parents in Florida and around the country that if they see that mission has been reoriented, they see some professors start to be added who really could make a big difference, you're going to see those applications go up. I mean, I'm very confident of that. It's just a matter of doing the work and getting all the pieces in place. So I think there's a lot, as much as there's been a lot of problems with a lot of this stuff, I think in Florida there's room to be very optimistic. A lot of people are just throwing up their hands and say there's nothing we can do. These universities can just get away with what they want. Well, we're funding these universities as taxpayers, and they absolutely should follow the mission that's in the best interest of our state and our taxpayers. And the way to do that is you have elections. People are in positions of authority, have the ability to make appointments, set policy, enact legislation. And that's what we're doing. And so I think universities, while they play an important role, they don't have a right to just do what they want, absent accountability. So we're bringing accountability to this. It's going to be good for Florida taxpayers. It's going to be good for Florida students. Ultimately going to allow us, I believe, to recruit even better folks to be teaching in the classroom. So not easy. You get some static when you kind of go and you lead on some stuff, but that's okay. Ultimately, I think we're charting a good course, and I think a lot of other states around the country are going to follow us. So I want to thank everybody for participating. I think everyone contributed really good. I think the comments were fantastic, and we'll be looking forward to working with you guys more in the future. All right, Godspeed.